morning, everyone. Thanks so much for getting up and being out here to listen to our small presentation. My name is Jehan Chu, and I'm the co-founder and managing partner of Kenetic. We are a blockchain platform, and I'm joined on stage by Robert Dykes and David Wills, who will introduce themselves as well. So really quick about Kenetic. We are a blockchain platform. We are focused on 4 areas, and those areas are technology. We build applications and smart contracts and security audits. We also have an area focused on tokenization and tokenization advisory. And I say tokenization advisory rather than ICO advisory because really what we're about is trying to help early, middle, and increasingly late-stage companies understand the full benefits and the full potential of tokenization full stop, because it doesn't begin and end with ICOs. It's really about the long game. It's about how we capture value from the overall ecosystem using tokenization and blockchain as a backbone. Next, we're focused on asset management. We're focused on the ability to help everybody in the community manage their assets and also investing in the community, investing in funds, investing in tokens, and of course also investing in early stage companies through shares. And then finally, and I think this is the most important aspect of our platform, we're focused on community. We have a full vertical which is all focused on helping to spread blockchain, spread education of blockchain and awareness, and try to help the overall community understand, again, the potential and the possibility of blockchain. Now, my background is that I came from the community itself. I helped to start the Bitcoin Association of Hong Kong back in early 2014 with 7 other gentlemen. And I also started the Ethereum meetup in Hong Kong in March of 2014. I also helped to start the Hyperledger meetup. So I'm very committed over the course of my experience in blockchain to helping the community grow across the board in terms of chains. Now, what that's led me to believe is that the community doesn't only mean the spirit of decentralization and the spirit of the upstart that we came from. What I've come to understand is that institutionalization is not a bad word. Now, there are downsides to this idea of institutionalization. It seems to go against the spirit of where we all came from. It seems to create power centers and centers of gravity in terms of how the overall community is structured. And it can even stifle or slow growth. I get all that. But I think as we've been able to build these businesses and grow the overall pie, what we've also seen is that institutionalization of crypto and the entire ecosystem has some benefits. It has benefits of volume and scale. If you have a party and you're the only one there, it's not really a party. It has the benefits of being able to have greater stability. As we grow the overall platform, we can all benefit by all of the types of functionality and all the types of capital that can come in. And then finally, it's about adoption. Now, anybody here who is involved in a startup or who's investing in startups, you know that it's not just about the technology. Actually, the secret sauce is adoption. If you're able to kind of get people onto your platform, that often will help determine whether your platform or your project will live or die. So when we're talking about adoption, we're really talking about the end game of crypto, where we're not even talking about blockchain, we're not even talking about crypto. What we're really just talking about is life and business and society. And crypto and blockchain hums along very quietly, very efficiently in the background, and it's a seamless, invisible force that drives everything that we're doing. To me, that's the real kind of idea behind and the real potential of this institutionalization. Now, to that end, at Kenetic, we're really happy to be in a JV with Tora, which is a best-in-class financial technology company, 14 years old, for our new project that we're announcing today called Caspian. So I'd like to turn it over to Robert Dykes, who is the CEO of Tora and the CEO of Caspian, to tell us a little bit more about where we came from.
Thanks, Jehan, for the warm introduction. I'm really excited to be here today to share our vision on how Tora can help institutionalize the crypto asset management space. For those of you who don't know who Tora is, we're a global provider of buy-side technology to hedge funds, which means we provide execution management systems, order management systems, portfolio management systems, risk systems, compliance, analytics, essentially everything you need to run a hedge fund. We're about 250 people globally, most of which are engineers, and our clients trade over 150 markets every day. You know, I see a lot of things that are happening in the crypto space today that are really similar to where Tora started back in 2004 in Asia. At the time, hedge funds were starting to proliferate. Investors were starting to allocate into the region. But most of the hedge funds were still using spreadsheets and telephone to make and execute orders. And Tora really came in to provide an institutional layer for those hedge funds. So providing electronic trading capabilities, allowing hedge funds to manage risk better using risk systems, to look at their portfolios, to rebalance their portfolios, to attribute gains, losses to the different strategies. And I think that institutionalization of the hedge funds in the equity markets, equity derivative markets back in the early 2000s really catapulted the whole asset class and industry. And fast forward to 2017, when I talked to our institutional clients today, half of them are trading crypto or in the process of looking at crypto as a new asset class to trade, which is part of the reason why we're so excited about this opportunity, why we've been working closely with Kenetic, forming this joint venture, and to launch Caspian.
So yeah, thank you, Robert. So let me just talk to you a little bit about the history of how Caspian came about. So my background was I ran trading for a large multi-strat hedge fund called Oxif. And anyone who's been an institutional trader in this room will know that you sit in front of 6 screens, you've got a full trading technology stack in front of you, whether that's an execution management system, PMS, RMS, you've got the ability to see multiple dashboards and charts, etc. And so coming into the crypto space, it became very clear that everything was very fragmented, everything was very clunky. The more traders that I spoke to, the more I heard that people were using like Excel or Google Sheets with API links into multiple exchanges, and there was really no first-grade system that an institution could really use to manage everything from front to back. So that's full trade life cycle through to P&L monitoring, exposure tracking, performance attribution, compliance monitoring, etc. So when I thought about this problem, it was like, okay, do we start from scratch and try and build something which realistically is a 12 to 18 month project with lots of capital invested with uncertain outcomes? Or do we partner with a company such as Tora, who I had a lot of respect for, who I'd used previously, and they have a great reputation in the market, really great team. And essentially, fast forward the development of the system to bolt on crypto as an asset class into a very well-developed system. So, we got talking with Tora, and it became very clear that there was a great culture fit, and we shared a lot of the visions and values about sort of what it makes to be a good company, the service for clients, and just general thoughts about the crypto space. So when sizing up the opportunity, we thought, okay, well, what is the crypto landscape now? I think at that point in time, this is around November last year, there was about 100 funds or so. Now I think there's about 226 crypto funds, and there's surveys that suggest that existing institutions are looking at crypto trading, bolting on crypto trading strategies to what they're currently doing. And really, despite all the market volatility, we think that there's enormous growth potential in the space as you have more and more products come into play. So thinking about the institutional participant challenges, what are they? They're fragmented liquidity, it's 24/7 market, there's multiple exchanges that it's very difficult to manage if you're a trader trying to get access to all of those exchanges, security, etc. So building a system that essentially gives you a single interface with 24/7 customer support, a fully integrated portfolio management system, order and execution management system, risk management system for doing scenario analysis, stress testing, was really something that I think a lot of institutional traders are really going to get a lot of mileage out of, because essentially I think if you are a sophisticated fund, you may have built a part of that stack, but you don't have all of that stack. So we're coming at it with a system that's been in development for about 14 years or so. As Robert mentioned, there's about 190 developers, and I think our help desk is actually larger than most other development teams out there. So it's a very exciting project to be a part of, where we're essentially going to build a decentralized layer on top of Caspian as well. So it'll allow traders and developers to build applications, to share data, information, analytics, so really create value for other traders, which will all be powered by a utility token. And ultimately, the trading stack, from day one, we're already connected to 10 exchanges. In about 4 to 6 weeks, we'll be connected to 20 exchanges. And so the system will essentially be that single interface into all those exchanges and then provide reports and analytics to all of the various stakeholders, be it institutional investors or fund administrators, internally your analysts and portfolio managers to generate all the analytics and reports that you ultimately need. Just a quick wrap on the team. So we have Robert as our CEO. I'm COO. We're fortunate enough to have Michael Lurch as our chairman, who was the founder of Evolution Capital Management and has been in the space for a number of years. We have Jehan as our chief strategy officer, Garrett as our chief technology officer, and Paul as our CFO. Here's just a couple of screenshots, but for anyone that would like more information about the system, we have a booth outside. We'd love to welcome you and meet you and give you demos. We also have a website, caspian.tech, where you can sign up to our mailing list for any further information, and we'd love to join you as part of the community.
Thanks, David. So the only thing that I would add to that is, I'm not a trader myself. I don't really come from the trading space, and so it was a really big learning curve for me to understand what this whole world actually is about. But when I got there, I really understood that the long-term game of this is actually not just about utility tokens. It's not just about trading Bitcoin and Ether, payment currencies, et cetera. It's about the entire universe of value being traded in the form of tokens. What we're starting to see now are really amazing projects like CryptoKitties and Ethereum, and the whole universe of assets that are being developed on top of platforms like Decentraland. Things that are very much at the core of our community and of the blockchain community, which will all be able to be traded through this platform. The long-term roadmap of Caspian is one which involves the retail community as well, so shifting not just from the institutional players, the hedge funds, but actually to everyday retail traders who will be trading value in the way that they trade crypto now. So that's a really exciting kind of proposition for us. And I think just to kind of finish up, because I think we're just about to be running out of time, the only thing that I would add to all of this is really nothing to do with Caspian, nothing to do with Kenetic. It's really just something that I want to leave everybody in the community with. We're at a really important inflection point of the community. The market's up, the market's down, but right now the whole world is watching what we do. And I think it's a testament to everybody in this room, whether you're a startup, whether you're an investor, whether you're media or writing, or whether you're from the quote-unquote institutional space coming in for the first time and trying to understand what this whole world is about. Everything that we're doing at this moment has the potential to be the most important thing that you do. We are shaping the entire landscape of how this world of value unfolds, how this world of technology unfolds. And the only message that I want to leave you with is just keep working at it. Just keep fighting that good fight, because I think that this will be all of our legacy, and I really just hope to kind of leave everyone with that message. So thank you very much. If you have any other further questions, please find us at the Caspian booth. Thanks, Robert. Thank you, David.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.